Hi, everyone. My name is Kevin Pleasant, board chair at Living Well Disability Services. And this is Mike and Tina Douglas. They are our Gala co-chairs. Thank you. Thank you. Tonight, we're here to celebrate relationships, engagement, and advocacy. These three things are the fuel of our mission, and it really helps us provide exceptional services for people living with disabilities. Relationships. Relationships are vital because when people choose to be part of the Living Well community, it shows the world that the work we do providing services for people living with disabilities has value. This gala is an opportunity for the people we serve, as well as our staff, to be part of the community of like-minded supporters. And it is also an opportunity for you to be part of the mission we work so hard to reach every day. Engagement. Engagement is essential because once you move from a partner to a volunteer, a donor, or a sponsor, you become more aware of the daily needs of the people who call Living Well home and what it takes to meet our mission of providing exceptional care for people living with disabilities and their families. Showing up to volunteer in our homes, coming to our events, and being part of the mission are immediate ways to understand the impact of involvement. And the role of advocacy, well, that's imperative to get the word out. Advocacy helps with awareness, funding, access to resources, and understanding, and so much more. Advocacy paves the way and makes it all possible. To all of you here tonight, thank you for your continued support. Because of you, this is where we get ready to cheer. Because of you, we were able to give our staff a $2 raise last year. So the impact of your advocacy was measurable. I mean, $2, that's a significant raise. Thank you so much. Mike?
While we're here tonight to raise money, we're also here to have fun while celebrating all the amazing people who work for Living Well. As the brother of someone supported by Living Well Disability Services, I'm beyond grateful for everyone's support in this room. I've seen firsthand the impact quality care has had on my brother David's life over the years. David first came to Living Well back in 1990, and he has thrived under their care provided by Living Well over the past 35 years. Vacations, adventures, dinners, hospital stays, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that later tonight, have all been made so much easier because of the incredible staff that we trust and appreciate every day. My family will be forever grateful to all the founding families, including Galen and Karen Pate, who are here with us tonight. Their vision, commitment to quality care for individuals living with disabilities has set the high standard of Living Well that has come really to define our organization. So thank you.
Got choked up there. You got a little choked up.
Tonight, we are so happy to have our family here. David, Mike's brother, our kids, Julia, Nick, William, Laura, as well as Zach and Marissa Pate, Jessica and Joey McCullough. We are heartwarmed to see our families here knowing that they will continue to support the mission of Living well into the future. Like my husband, Mike, I have had a long history with the organization. I've been a part of many galas over the years. It has been very rewarding to support the mission providing exceptional care to people living with disabilities. I have been witness to their great care firsthand. I would like to take a moment right now to thank the staff at Living Well Disability Services that have really made events like this tonight come to life. Their work is endless and really outstanding. Heather Heyer, Jessica Maurer, Jamie Young, Kathy Anderson, to name a few, many more, but those women, they have created the silent auction, organized volunteers, managed all the details, and they make a night like this come together. It's a year in the making, and they make it look easy, and they do it with a smile. And I'm here to tell you it's not easy, and they do it with so much grace and positivity. So thank you, thank you, thank you to the staff of Living Well.
Like all of you, we want to celebrate the services Living Well provides and showcase what is made possible when providers create a model of care designed for people and their individual needs. Our commitment is to the people we support above all. With that in mind, this year we're really excited to showcase the incredible work of our therapy program and the commitment we have to the people where they're at in their journey, and not only helping them, but also helping their families. Living Well is unique in this respect to have a dedicated team of occupational therapists on staff. I'm talking W-2s. These are actual employees who are long-term employees and are deeply dedicated to the care of others. Well, a few quick notes before we leave the stage. The silent auction items are open for bidding until 8:30. The wine and liquor pulls will be open until 9:30 or until supplies run out, which could be sooner, hopefully. And the golf putting, which was a big hit last year, hopefully it's a big hit this year. The golf putting winner will be drawn from the band stage at around 9. So if you haven't done that, keep putting. Get a shot at a Manny certificate. I wish my college roommate was here. That's his favorite restaurant. And also Topgolf certificates. Of course, the live auction promises to be exciting as well. But before we get to any of that, please take some time to get to know the people at your table. Enjoy your salads if you haven't already done so. Those croutons, how about those croutons? Those were awesome. And in just a little bit, our CEO, Tom Gillespie, will get the show started. So enjoy your salads.
Okay, I have one quick thing.
Yes.
Also, if you are enjoying the beautiful orchid at your table, it is a quick buy item on the auction. They're $20, so feel free to buy them. There's limited quantity, just what's here, but they are part of the auction deal. So.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So folks, we're going to get started. Let me first just start out by saying thank you for being here. It is so meaningful that we have this group in our room, this group in this room tonight. It's incredibly important. I've told people all day, there's nothing to be nervous about for any of us because we're in a room full of our best friends. So please know that's what this room is, all right? You're amongst friends. And also don't laugh when I mess up, like that's the other part. All right? Please enjoy your dinner. Keep eating while I'm speaking. I hear great things about these croutons. It's incredible. I'm not eating tonight. I'll finish some pizza rolls later tonight. But for right now, please enjoy your dinner while we go through the program. Let me also thank Kevin, Mike, and Tina for getting us kicked off tonight. Really important. Each one of them has such an incredible Living Well story. It's remarkable, as does everybody in this room tonight. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As we go through the night tonight, you're going to hear several stories. You'll hear stories of the folks that we serve. You'll hear stories about their families. You'll hear an incredible story about our therapy program and the amazing work that they do. All right? It is our goal tonight to showcase what makes Living Well incredible and to tell you what separates us from other organizations. As I hope you know, our mission is to transform the lives of people impacted by disabilities through the delivery of exceptional services. And when we get right to it, when you strip away everything out of that mission and you leave just the core, it's people and relationships. That's all that we do. That's all that we are. We exist to nurture relationships. So please know that. And again, please be just a willing participant tonight as we bring you through these incredible stories and bring you through some of the magic that we have here at Living Well. If you know us well and you've been here before, welcome back. I hope you find yourself among familiar faces, driven truly and brought together by inclusion and a shared vision. If you're new to Living Well, I hope you find yourself surrounded by our community of advocates and caring individuals. This is a special group, so if you're new here tonight, I'm thrilled because you're going to make a ton of friends and you'll be back next year. I can't wait. As you may or may not know, this gala tonight is Living Well's largest fundraising event of the year. And before we get to the program and the amazing videos and some of these incredible stories, I want you to have a little bit of an understanding of who we are at Living Well and what we do. Living Well it's a nonprofit. We're a nonprofit provider dedicated to mission, not to profits. We're here because we care and we're invested in supporting the lives of the folks that we serve. And it is our true honor to partner in the lives of the folks that we serve. That's truly what we do. Again, all we do is relationships. We support about 300 people with disabilities across the Twin Cities metro and their families. 85% of the folks that we serve have medical needs that exceed their family's ability to meet those needs, which means that they need specialized providers like Living Well, like our therapy program, and like so many others that we help folks find in the community around them. We employ over 500 staff, and that's an incredible milestone for us. Please know, if you were here last year, we did not have 500 staff. This has been an incredibly important year for Living Well and a successful one, because we have about a quarter of the open positions that we did last year this time. So, yes. And now we all know that number could drop tomorrow, and who knows, but we're thrilled with where we are, and we're gonna learn a little bit more tonight about how we arrived at that, how advocacy, how legislative support, and how community partners help make those things happen. It's also incredible to me that of our 500 plus staff, 55 of them have been with Living Well over 20 years. Yes. And we're going to hear from some tonight that have been here 40 plus. When I tell you all we do is relationships, I mean it. We're a relationship organization, even our staff, decades. It's incredible. Tonight is a friend raiser as much as it is a fundraiser, but make no bones about it. Everybody scanned their credit card when you walked in. Today is a fundraiser, and it's our biggest one of the year. All right? So let's show up for that. Our goal tonight is to get beyond 400,000, which is where we were last year. So we know we can do it. This isn't uncharted territory, folks. We've been here. Let's get back there. All right? It's important. So I've talked a little bit about it already, so did the others. We look forward to introducing our therapy program tonight. It's an incredible group that puts this programming together. Would you believe that the staff in our therapy department have been with us for 110 years combined? 110 years. We don't even know who they are yet, but yeah, you gotta clap for them. That's 110 years. And now I know you're thinking like, oh my gosh, those 15 people must be incredible, right? They've been here that long. We're talking about 3 people. That team is a team of 3 that's been with Living Well for 110 years. All right? We'll meet all 3 in the video in a moment, but Rhonda's been here for 45 years, Julie 33, and Jesse 32. Again, come on. We are so grateful, and truly our organization is special because of the work that they do. So please know, they're not just part of the secret sauce. I mean, they're the main ingredient. This commitment that we made from our earliest days to meeting the medical needs of the folks that we serve, it is still just as strong 52 years later. It's core to who we are, and they are core to what we do. Building meaningful relationships and providing enriched engagement opportunities, advocating for the rights and resources that people with disabilities and their families deserve, that's all at the heart of who we are as an organization. Our mission provides confidence for families, and our commitment to providing quality care lets everyone know that we're dedicated to helping others live their best lives every single day. And truly, all of this is made possible by the folks in this room. So please give yourself a round of applause. Come on, you deserve better. But all of our work is also made possible, and I argue it is impossible without them. Our staff are the heart of this organization. They're the only reason that we're here today, 52 years later, and they're the only reason that we'll be here 50 years from now. They're core to what we do. It's people like Rhonda, Julie, and Jesse. It's people like Sam, Cindy, and Donna, our countless others who dedicate their entire careers to serving others. And I can't tell you how, I'm without words. When you see these folks providing, like setting aside their interests, setting aside their needs, and coming to work and acting in service entirely for another person. How many of us do that in our typical day? Very few. It is a special group that can come into work, set the business of their lives aside, and take up someone else's dreams, desires, and needs. And that's what our staff do every single day. Please give a very large round of applause for all of our staff who are here tonight. So part of tonight, like in addition to the fundraising, there's also a ton of celebration. So your hands are going to get a little sore. But before we go any further, this is the right time as we're clapping and we're starting the celebration. We're getting warmed up a little bit. It's time to introduce you to some other amazing people and organizations and supporters that are so core to the Living Well community. So let's meet our Dream Maker Award winners for this year. And as we do that, let's know that Living Well created our Dream Maker Awards back in 2009 to honor people and groups who make significant contributions and that help us transform the lives of people impacted by disabilities. We have 4 categories. We have community partner, donor, volunteer, and self-advocate, and each one is an incredible story. We'll have short videos. Honestly, each one could be its own documentary, but incredible people that we'll be recognizing tonight. Our award winners are celebrated for their advocacy, their support, and the way that their participation in Living Well brings others into our mission. By showing up, sharing their time, their treasure, their talents, as well as their passion and their personalities, every one of them, really fun to be around. We broaden our reach and we create more opportunities to share the importance of disability awareness. So to start us off tonight, we're going to meet our community partner, Senator John Hoffman.
Senator Hoffman's 10-plus year career in politics has led initiatives across key areas, with a focus on aging and long-term care. As the current Human Services Committee chair, he recently helped to pass the 2023 Omnibus Human Services Budget Bill, which helped to provide targeted relief to caregivers and people who access essential services, something much needed for the individuals we support and for the caring community at large. His desire and willingness to connect with families, individuals, and staff impacted by disability helped develop more supportive legislation for our people. With bipartisan support, our mission has become more understood throughout the Capitol. Please join us in congratulating Senator John Hoffman, this year's Community Partner Dreammaker.
John, in recognition of your exceptional contributions and unwavering dedication to the well-being of our community, please know you're a shining example of the transformative power of advocacy and bipartisan action. John, my personal appreciation, you answer when we call, you invite us into your office, you look us in the eye and you tell us how it is. I appreciate that. We don't always get that. John, thank you so much. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Part of my job tonight is to make sure we arrive on time, all right? We got to keep this thing going. All right, the next one is our Donor Dreammaker Award winner.
The Hughes family joined Living Well when Stephen, their son and brother, moved into one of our homes and was soon followed by their sister Sarah. Their parents raised all 8 of their kids to be steadfast disability advocates, and together they have rallied for inclusion for decades. Their engagement with Living Well has not only included financial support for the house, including removing accessibility barriers, activities for the people living at the house, and employee support. It has included being engaged with Living Well as a partner and being an example for others in the community. Please join us in congratulating Bernadette Hughes and family, this year's Donor Dreammaker.
There we go. Folks, Bernadette Hughes and her family, they know more than a thing or two about taking care of family members living with disabilities. Since the moment they decided to join the Living Well community, they've been active participants in the care of their brother and sister, and son and daughter. Sadly, we lost Stephen in March, and he's greatly missed at the house and by his family. Stephen was the center of attention at his home, and his smile could light up a room. And Stephen's family continues to be shining lights for Living Well. This family, from the moment I think I met Joe first, it was so clear how much he cared for his family. And through that conversation, we learned more about their family and how many kids, 8 kids. It's a big family. That's a lot of care. That's a ton of support. In my second meeting with them, we had a Zoom call with attendees not just from across the country, but truly across the globe, family members, their siblings coming together to brainstorm how could we support their brother and sister, how could we support the house and the staff that care for them. And the more that you learn about this family, the more that you see that care, advocacy, community, all of that is just paramount to who they are. So congratulations, Hughes family. Next up, we'll hear from an incredible group who we're recognizing this year as our Volunteer Award winners.
Every year, Advent United Methodist Church in Eagan hosts Advent Cares Day, dedicated to giving time to community organizations. They regularly support multiple Living Well homes on Advent Cares Day and have done so for over 10 years. They help with a variety of projects, and in 2023, the team painted the inside of West Emerson to get it ready to sell, and the inside of Star Lane to get it ready for people to move in. Other Advent volunteers make deliveries to our homes, and Advent's congregation generously donates a significant portion of their annual giving to Living Well. Please join us in congratulating Advent United Methodist Church of Eagan, this year's Volunteer Dreammaker.
So over the years, the Advent community has been tireless supporters of our mission. Our volunteer program manager, Kathy Anderson, along with our program managers at the houses, have together nurtured incredible relationships with this group, who in combination have put in truly almost too much time to count. I went and spoke at their service last Sunday, and we looked at, tens of thousands of dollars in support, thousands of meals made for the folks in our homes, hundreds of delivery trips to deliver those meals and other supplies to our homes, dozens of individual volunteers and donors coming out of their congregation, all of that leading to one just incredible relationship. They operate with a mission to transform lives just as we do. It's been an incredible partnership. Unfortunately, Pastor Eric couldn't be here today. He's fallen ill, but still, let's recognize Advent as just a great partner. Last and by no means least, we're going to learn about my friend Mike.
Mike has lived with Living Well for over 30 years. This once quiet wallflower has blossomed over the years and has worked hard to communicate his wants, needs, and dreams. Mike had awesome parents who were involved and supported Mike in all of life's ups and downs. When they passed away, Mike found an opportunity to gradually lean on himself, too. Over the years, he built a relationship with Mark from Papa Hawk Sports and Collectibles. First as a regular customer, then after some encouragement and self-advocacy, he started working for Mark last year. Mike absolutely loves his job and was even on the news with Mark. Please join us in congratulating Mike Johnson, this year's Self-Advocate Dreammaker.
Congratulations, Mike. When we went to Papa Hawks a couple weeks ago, it's incredible. I don't know, it's not a commonly visited spot maybe for most of the folks in this room, but I mean, this place is floor to ceiling, cards everywhere. And one of Mike's jobs is to sort them and bring order to an otherwise orderless area. I don't know, it's incredible. Mike works hard. It's truly, I mean, Mike is living his dream. He's carrying out his passion every day. Mike, it was incredible to see you on the job. It was all we could do to get him to stop and take a picture and eat a donut with us. It was incredible. Congratulations, Mike. So as we close out the Dreammakers, again, it's incredibly important to me that you all understand how much one person can impact the mission of Living Well, how much one connection, one group can truly touch the lives of everyone we serve. It's incredible. So please know, for all of you future Dreammakers out there, we appreciate your partnership. Thank you so much. All right. I think we got to roll this credit a little bit. Go down. There we go. All right. All right. So you've met our Dreammakers. We've welcomed you. Hopefully you got a bit of a full stomach. Hopefully those croutons were fantastic. All right. Now it's time to move on a little bit. We're going to move into a little bit more of a storytelling mode for a few minutes here. So I would love to bring up Mike Douglas back up to the stage. He's going to tell us a story about his family. Come on in.
Good job, Thank you, Tom. So as you guys all know from earlier, my brother David has been living at Living Well since 1990. I'm so grateful that my family knows David's happy, thriving, and comfortable at Thompson every day. That he feels at home with the staff and the people supported there. It certainly makes it easier on families when we know our loved ones are part of two families, obviously their birth families and their Living Well family. 2024 was a very challenging yet rewarding year for David. And I think it was a year that was, for me, highlighted the importance of living well and the dedication and commitment of the staff. Early February of this year, Cynthia, who's the program manager at Thompson, called me and said, you know, we're noticing some things with David, health-wise, some symptoms that we think we ought to have checked out. We kind of talked it over and got him into his primary care doctor, and primary care doctor thought we needed to take it to the next level and recommended a colonoscopy for David. And I'm kind of scanning the room here, and anybody over 50 in this room that's had that done, it's not bad, but you know, for somebody with disabilities, who really doesn't understand what's maybe taking place here. You can understand the confusion and some frustration. And we were very worried with David that how's this going to go. We knew we needed to do it. And to our surprise, it went great. And credit to the staff at Thompson got us through it. And we got the results back. The doctor came out and informed us that David had 3 large tumors in his colon, and they were very concerned. We were very concerned, obviously, as family. They biopsied it, and very long, 3 to 4 days. The unknown and the fear in your mind goes to some bad places. 3-4 days later, I got a call from the doctor. Very good news, non-cancerous, which was great. But tumors obviously needed to come out, and surgery was scheduled shortly thereafter. And, we prepared for 5 to 6 days in the hospital, and again, the Living Well staff kind of jumps in, schedules these 5 to 6 days. Myself, my brother, the staff, we all took 6 to 8 hour shifts. David needs 24/7 care. So we set up a schedule, stuck to it, and everything was going great. And trust me, this story has a really good ending. But 2 days in, he had 2 days of prep, and then we had the surgery and 3 days of recovery. There's a lot of people in this room. There's a lot of people that know David and have his whole life. He's a very agreeable guy. He's very easy. He's very genuinely happy. But David's got 2 or 3 quirks, maybe more than 2 or 3. 2 or 3 big ones, and leading that is, for sure, he does not get on elevators. I've never seen him on an elevator. He won't get on elevators, and so we came time for surgery, and Cynthia and I were in the room with David, and the surgical team is coming up, and there was 4 of them, and they are talking about the surgery. You ready to go to surgery, Dave? Yep. He was having a great time. He thought, we're at the spa. He's getting waited on hand and foot, and everything was good. And it dawned on Cynthia and I about the same time. I said, well, where does surgery happen? She said, well, down on the 2nd floor. And I said, well, that's not happening. I can promise you that. And it was a very experienced surgical nursing staff, and they basically gave me not our first rodeo. We know how to deal with this. And yeah, you think you know how to deal with this. And so they were pretty dismissive of it. Cynthia and I just kind of sat there, and they tried everything, and as soon as David heard elevator, it was over. And they said, well, there's no other way. We've never done it any other way. So we tried to talk him into, we've got to walk him down there. Nope, we're not walking down there. We're going to give him a sedative through his IV, and that'll take care of that. And he was in the hospital bed at the time. They gave him the sedative in his IV. About 15 minutes later, it kicked in a little bit, clearly not enough. And as soon as one of the nurses again said, hey, I'll go get the elevator ready, David was out of the bed. The IV had been yanked out of his arm, and he looked at us like, I'm going nowhere. And I'd seen the look before, and we knew it. And so they gave it another 10 minutes. They relented, and finally they came and asked, well, what do you suggest? I said, well, we're walking down there. It's the only way it's going. And they said, well, we just don't do this. And I said, well, we don't know what to tell you here. We're dealing with a different situation. And I think they finally realized it, and at the end of it, we're parading down, and I took a couple pictures of where we were at, and so about 10 minutes later, the one on the upper left, myself, Cynthia, David, 4 surgical staff members are walking down the back stairs of United Hospital to parade down to surgery, and what started off as very serious in their minds, everybody was laughing and giggling, and kind of led by David, who had kind of a grin on his face like, yeah, kind of told you this wasn't going to happen. And so the second thing that David has a quirk with is his tennis shoes. They're the first thing that go on in the morning. They are absolutely the last thing to come off when he goes to bed, and they don't come off anywhere in between the day. So we're down in the prep room, and we're like getting ready to wheel him into surgery, and they're like, "What's with the shoes?" I said, "Well, the shoes, they don't come off either. You know, it's just, it's kind of like the elevator deal. It's not happening." And they said, well, you know, we don't do this. And I think by then they were a little exasperated. I think they knew what we were dealing with here. And so 2 pair of surgical socks go on, the little booties go on over the shoes. And again, David has kind of the look like, you know, another victory here. And his third, he had one more major victory, which his third quirk, and then we happened to hit the trifecta and hit all 3 of these in the same day, is like a lot of special needs and a lot of people with disabilities, he does not like to be touched. As he's sitting there, he's probably cringing, but so then hey, we've got to shave him basically from his neck to his belly button for this procedure. And again, and I thought, well, okay, this will be good. So the young nurse, who is great, comes out and brings out and David's giggling the whole time. She's now giggling the whole time, and get him shaved, they wheel him into surgery, and the rest is history. Surgery went great. He's doing fantastic, but none of this. Cynthia's down there in the bottom left. She is the lead programmer. Ad Thompson was there every step of the way. And I just think it goes to what the staff does at these places and how they go about their business, and the care, the proactive nature of what they do is so important, because a lot of people, like David, are non-communicative to a certain degree. He's not going to tell you that something's hurting or something's not right. So it really, comes down to the staff to kind of pick up on those clues. So my eternal gratitude to the staff at Thompson for what they've done for David. So we had 2 more first, just when you think you're surprised, 2 more quick David stories. About 2 months after his recovery, well, I should back up. So 3 days after surgery, we're again on the 4th floor, and how are we getting out of here? And again, we all paraded down the back stairs at United Hospital and out the front doors after 2 days after major surgery, which is really pretty spectacular. To celebrate, Cynthia, to her credit, again said, "Hey, I think we should do something to kind of celebrate this victory." And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, we're going to take a trip." David says he wants to get on a train. I said, "Yeah, that's a great idea." And I said, "What are you thinking?" And she said, "Well, Denver. We're going to go out to Colorado." I said, "Well, David hasn't been on a plane in 35, 40 years. It's kind of another David, I'm not doing that." And so she said, "Well, I'd like to try." I said, "Absolutely, let's give her a whirl." He gets to the airport. I told Cynthia, if I were you, I'd pack really light, because I think this is going to be a trip basically to the front gate, and I don't think you're going to need a whole lot of luggage. I get a text and a video from her from the airport, David basically running down the jetway to get on the plane. He was so excited. Next picture was David ordering, on special occasions like tonight and about once a month, he can have a cocktail, which that was the first thing he did on the airplane. So he's sitting on the airplane, having a cocktail, going to Denver. Yeah. And to top it off, just to make it a perfect story, which it kind of is, he also hadn't been, we had a pool when I grew up. He was in the pool all the time, and then he decided one day, I don't want to be in the pool anymore. And that was about 30 years ago. And they said, well, we're packing a swimsuit. We think we're going to go for a swim. I think, yeah. And, you know, Alejandro from the group home gets him in the pool, and he sat in there all day and had a great time. So pretty special group at Thompson. Like all the employees, just amazing people. The work they do day in and day out is simply incredible. So from my personal perspective, very much looking forward to an uneventful 2025 with David after what we were through this year. But tonight it's critical for all of us to acknowledge that the funding Living Well receives from the government simply helps all these residents survive, not really thrive. And it's truly just for the basics of health and safety. To provide the individuals and families like mine with exceptional services and experiences, Living Well relies on support from donors like you and me. Without organizations like Living Well, the lives of people like David would look so different. We all of us here, I mean, we want a home filled with care, with support. As a brother and supporter of Living Well, I'm grateful that this organization knows everyone deserves a life filled with quality care, exceptional services, and everyone who lives and works with and for Living Well deserves to live a life with confidence and dignity. You all here make that happen. And as you're here tonight, you've heard all the stories, the impact of the commitment to quality care. Please know your support helps make exceptional services like this possible. We truly could not do it without all of you. Thank you for your support of Living Well and the mission that they're out to do. Thanks.
Keep it going for Mike. And David, let's go. I mean, we've talked about it already. We've talked about the importance of relationships and advocacy, and that story is all about that. We can't know David's preferences and his needs in that process until we get to know him, and that takes a long time. And it takes our staff, his family, himself, all of those folks. When we think advocacy, sometimes we think that happens somewhere else. Or you think it only happens in a special building where special people are. Advocacy happens every day in our work. And advocacy in this story is, no, we're taking the stairs. You figure it out. This is what we need. I'm going to Denver. I don't care if I haven't been there. I'm running down that jetway. I'm doing it. Just give me the opportunity. See, our staff assume ability instead of assuming disability. If you assume we can, we will. I promise you. We might need support, but we will, as long as you assume with us that can be done. That's what tonight is about. Now, as we shift gears, we're gonna hear another story. I've been hyping it up all night because it's fantastic. Our therapy program truly is at the heart of what we do. So, like last year, you'll see kind of a mini documentary style video to showcase our mission. Truly, again, we are unique in our dedication to therapeutic supports and services for the folks that we serve. Not because someone told us to be, not because 50 years ago that was a regulation. There actually weren't as many 52 years ago. We do it because our people need it. We have evolved over our 52 years from serving kids to serving adults. But in that evolution, it has not been on our schedule or our ideas. It's been a reflection of the folks that we serve. As their needs evolve, our abilities change. And that will continue. That's what makes Living Well special. Again, it's the relationships. Now, considering how we're funded, we don't always receive enough money to meet the growing needs of our folks as they age. For any of you with kids in the room, or any of you who were kids and now aren't, you know that you need different things now than you did then, and you will need different things 10 years from now. That is true for every person that we serve, and therefore it's our responsibility as an organization to grow, change, and adapt with the folks that we serve. It's that simple. A committed investment to helping people thrive through access to therapy, not somewhere else, not down the road, not waiting in line, at home, where they need it, when they need it. Especially through the pandemic, this helped our folks live a life still of some access, of being able to get the supports, the tweaks to a wheelchair, the new walker, whatever it was, they could get that in their home instead of waiting truly for months in line at Gillette or another resource in town. It's that critical to our folks, and it's that special, all right? We all do better when we feel supported in our ability to move, to communicate, to be a part of our own lives, not a passenger in our own lives, but driving. And truly, that's what our therapy department makes possible. So please sit back, meet Rhonda, who's been with us for 45 years, meet Julie, who's been with us for 33, and Jessie, who along with her husband, John, have both been here for 32 years. I can't wait for you to meet these folks.
This is where we store a lot of our stuff. Might look a little chaotic, but it's actually somewhat organized into categories. This is our workbench. You know, all the Velcro anybody would want. Wheelchair parts, walker parts. Back here is our eating equipment. We repair a lot of braces and splints and hospital beds. They're actually quite easy, the ones we have, if you just know the certain things that always go wrong with them.
A lot of the individuals that we work with, their thumbs may be tucked into their hand, and it is actually tricky to get it in a mitten. My mom had the pattern for mittens, and I just took the basic pattern, I cut off the thumb part, and put a little elastic in there so it stays on for the person. Keeps them nice and warm, and I do like 4 layers so that they're nice and warm. I just kind of made it up as I went.
What you're trying to do in therapy is help somebody be more independent, so you're always going to have that problem solving. Yeah, no matter what your setting is, I think.
Pat has Down syndrome, born with Down syndrome, but she was high functioning, independent.
When we were growing up together, we would go biking and we would play with our neighbors. Pat had more of a social life than I did, let me tell you.
At that time.
She went everywhere.
She's always been as much independent as possible. As the years have passed, Pat started with dementia, in addition to the Down syndrome that she has. And she just lost so much of her ability. And then that was the need that we had to find a wonderful home for her.
Mm-hmm. And try to get some of those abilities back. Yeah.
Pat has recently moved in to one of our homes, and she came to Living Well with a whole bunch of really important goals. I think that one advantage to knowing the people really well in terms of therapy supports and developing those therapy supports is we know their routine. We know maybe what time of day is going to work better to do the exercises. We know what the environment should look like or should not look like. For Pat, she's a lot more functional in the morning. So those exercises are done during the day. And we don't ask her to do those exercises in the evening where it's a little bit more difficult for her. So just knowing that and changing maybe when we're asking that these exercises be done or these routines be done based on being person-centered, based on knowing what people need or want.
To have therapy in this environment every day and to make a unique program for Pat. She's just made this, 180.
Yeah.
Because of living well and the people that are there and the therapy that she gets on a daily basis.
One night, I asked Pat, do you want to listen to John Denver? She loves to listen to some of his songs. And so we put it on, and we had to shut the door because we were jamming. And then I took her hands, she took my hand, and then we were just, that's when we could do the movement with John Denver, and she loved it.
Yeah, she's our Pat again. It's fun to see.
What the therapy department generally does is it provides a layer of confidence for people. It lets the people we serve and their families know that they're going to receive a high quality of services, a higher level of care, and that they are holding their loved ones in high esteem and that they want them to thrive.
Living Well's commitment to therapy, I think, is a really tangible example of this organization striving to meet the needs of the folks that we serve. From our first days, we were created as an organization that was community-based, that was welcoming of families, and provided the medical supports that our folks needed. And it's so incredibly impressive to see an organization after 2 years, stay just as committed to that. And I would say the evolution of all of our services, therapy included, have really been geared towards what do our folks need and how can we be a part of that and making sure that they find it.
Therapy can be a part of preparing the meal. Therapy can be part of going out in the community. Therapy can be part of exposure to different opportunities. In the early days, that was our focus, that therapy was going to be something that was integrated into all parts of the services provided within the organization. The importance of integrating therapy goes back to the belief that each person is individual and each person has the opportunity to become who they can be and want to be, regardless of their cognitive or physical abilities. You can't just help one part of a person's life. You have to integrate everything into making that person become what they can be.
Well, when I first started working with Krista, which has been since I started, Krista had a lot of abilities. She had the ability to propel her wheelchair with her left arm, feed herself with her left hand. As Krista's time has gone by, unfortunately, Krista has faced some challenges and some changes in her body. We're doing the best we can to keep maintaining what we can for her. Unfortunately, there's some of the medical things that make it challenging and we can't really correct it. So we just have to make the best of the situation and make her life the best it can be.
When Krista was born, she had problems immediately. They couldn't stop her seizures, and then she had problems with the soft spot in her head. I had very little glimpse into handicap, and all of a sudden, there you are. Well, Living Well is right from the first day they opened the door on Maria Avenue was really a blessing, and it's for her family. You know, if she's being taken care of, as well as she can be taken care of. Yeah, I don't know, quality of life for Krista and myself. So.
As people are aging, we're facing changes that we've never faced before because many of them are living longer than they were expected to live. They're facing diseases such as cancer, osteoporosis, dementia. And so we're constantly challenged with new things that come our way. I really feel that we are really an important element to the person's life because everybody's involved. Nursing's involved, program staff, families, everybody's, trying to find the best way to face the challenges as people age. But I think it's just really important as they're aging to have therapy in their life.
Typically for the folks that we serve, if they have a need for therapeutic services, speech, occupational, physical therapy, otherwise, those resources certainly are available through the medical community, and many of our folks may start that way or have done that, and may continue to do that as their needs dictate. But in a more traditional model, you see coverage caps, you see really stringent milestones for progress that oftentimes they just frankly don't translate to the services that we provide. A more non-traditional model, really a relationship-based approach to therapy is really what we've learned our folks want and need.
Back in 1973, when the first home opened, funding was primarily part of the county responsibility. Then it changed into a federal Medicaid reimbursement system. And each time the funding system was modified, therapy was always at a risk. The organization in the early years had to initiate and start reaching out to the community for help. And the generosity of the community was what made it happen. And I believe it still does. When someone is asked what is therapy, the immediate response would be, well, it's physical therapy, moving your arms and legs, or it's occupational therapy, learning how to use an adaptive device. That was not the definition of therapy that the organization embraced early on. It was, here's how we're going to help you learn and become who you can be by embracing your medical needs with your physical lifestyle and what you like, what your emotional needs are. And that's very different than the medical model of therapy as we probably all think of.
Therapy at Living Well, what we do would be being involved in helping people be as independent as they're able to be and achieve any goals they have.
Living Well's model of therapy is basically do what you need to do what needs to be done. We try to provide services that people can benefit from, so we'll just do whatever seems to be most beneficial for someone.
Well, I guess what motivates me most working at Living Well is just making a difference in their lives and making that impact so that they have as much choice in their life as possible. After 3 decades of working at Living Well and seeing the progress that people have made, I think the therapy that they get and what they're able to do independently gives them gratitude and joy. I'm just always wanting to make a difference and make their day better.
I mean, truly just an incredible group. To hear each of their interviews and to hear them talk about their work, it seems so simple, right? Like, we do what they need. We do what needs to get done. And that's what Living Well does. That's what therapy is at Living Well. Is it the stairs or the elevator? Is it shoes on in the OR or not? Whatever it is, you figure it out. You stand with your people, you make sure that their needs are heard, and you figure it out. That's what our staff do. Please give it up again for our therapy department. Now, there was talk about bringing them up on stage or putting them in a spotlight. They are not the group for that. So please find them after, before the band, while you can still hear what they have to say. Please find them and just recognize the incredible people that they are and the incredible work that they do. Thank you again. Now, you heard it in the video. Therapy at Living Well is a commitment to care continued at home. outside of a doctor's office, outside of a physical therapy, outside of a hospital, an extra commitment to what is needed to help people who are often in the margins, to keep muscle tone, to be able to sit comfortably, to be able to go from one place to another, to be able to bring the cup or spoon to their mouth, whether it's basic or whether it is traveling across the country. Therapy is at the root of it at Living Well. Truly, we would not be who we are as an organization or as people working for this organization without the work of our therapy department and the commitment from all of us in the room to supporting that effort. Now, we're here tonight to support Living Well Disability Services' mission. We're here to support disability inclusion and the care that makes it possible to meet our mission of providing exceptional services every day to folks who need them. You met the team, and now it's time. We got to crank this up a little bit. These are good stories, these are good videos, but we need a little energy in the room. I'm going to bring my friend Kurt up here. He's going to get us going. Folks, get those arms loose. Let's go. Let's stretch them out. Let's get ready. Let's have some fun.
Let's do this. All right. And I'm going to need those 2 spotlights brought down just a little bit because I want to see people. They can, for me, they can, not for you. You know, what an incredible team. To know that those awesome people like Rhonda, Julie, and Jesse have committed so many years of incredible work for them. You know, the dedication of all the people at Living Well Disability Services, they make their work a priority. Yes, you should start handing those numbers out right now. It's a really good idea. Because the money raised right now will directly impact the 300 people that live and that we support. And like Pat and Krista, the 500 staff members who care for them. That's what we're raising money to support. Now, I have someone say, before we get out of hand, I do have to point out, we've talked about the years of service. It was just September 10th that Rhonda celebrated her 45 years. Give her a big round of applause. Now, this is the time where we're going to have a lot of fun. This is the time where you can clap and cheer. This is where you're going to get a chance to raise your hand, raise your number, and give. Honestly, those spotlights could just disappear right now for me, gentlemen. Just take them out. Thank you. There we go. You can see me fine. I want to see you. And we're going to start, just like all the people that we serve come with different needs and have different special qualities. And right now you are coming from a different place of giving. So I'm going to start with a number that if you all come in, Tom's just going to buy everybody drinks. But that's not where everybody's going to come in. Everybody's going to have a chance to come in. And when you raise your number, know that you are supporting 300 of the most amazing human beings in this state. So, who wants to start off raising their number high at $10,000? Number 218. Number 235 at $10,000. Wow. Anybody else at $10,000? That's okay. There'll be a number for you. Who could do $5,000? Raise your number up at $5,000. Don't be afraid. 266 right there at 5. 267 at $5,000. All right. Are you feeling it? Yeah, I'm feeling the love. Who can do $2,500? Raise your number up at 25. Number 230 at $2,500. Anybody else? All right. Okay, well, we have a challenge to get your arms really going at the $1,000 level. Longtime supporters and very good friends Mike and Tina Douglas are going to challenge you. They want to match the next 15 people at $1,000. They're putting up $15,000. Give them a round of applause. Now, I'm going to get on the floor because I think we're going to have fun with this. Who here can start the count at $1,000? Number 232. Number 228. Number 244. Number 340. Number 254. Yes, we can applaud. Number 149. Number 403. Number 258. Number 255. Number 264. Number 257. And I haven't even crossed the aisle yet. 255 and 258. Have I called you yet? You keep it up, I'll hit you again. And we do not give the money back, okay? Try to get the money out of Tom's hands. 274, 270, 180. We're moving across the aisle. Look at this table. 282, 283, 281, 280, 324, 328. I'll go back for you, my friend. 241. Thank you, Joe. 328. When I call your number out, you put her down or I'll hit you again. Make sure 328 only got hit once. I don't know. I can't keep track. That's not my job. I just call number. Hello. 108. 111. 115. 119. 190. 192. 194. 193. 227. 299. Anybody else want to be in at $5,000 or $1,000? We went over our number, and that's okay. That's okay. But now I know you can raise your hands. And we're going to continue to ask at 3 more levels. So what is your number? What's your exceptional contribution for exceptional services, for exceptional people? Because that's what everything we do is exceptional. We have great exceptional care, exceptional facilities, and exceptional passion for our 300 residents. Who can do $500? Raise your hand up. At 5. I'll start on this side this time. 300, 120, 108, 196, 118, 317, 314, 320. Yes, clapping is free. Keep doing it. 513, 177, 173, 199, 276. And now I'm going to this row. Look at this table, my people up front. 126, 130, 124, 128, 169, 164, 168, 163, 212, 208, 269. Just, can you feel the love? Can you feel the love what's happening here? And the care. 139, 347, 238, 342, 349, 346, 344, and you bet I'll go right across the room to you, 308, all at 500. Who can do $250 to make a difference in the lives of our amazing, amazing people? Number 155, 511, 137, 252, 166, 337, 334, 335, 121. Did I get you 132? 132. Thank you, John. 132. 380, 330, 278, 290, 284, I got to slow down for the people writing these down or they're going to get real mad at me. 107-187-185. Feeling it, Tom. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. But I want you to think about, I'm going to go down to 100. I want you to stop and think about this. You know, we hear on the news, you know, grocery bag for $100. You fill up your car, it's $50, and everything's expensive. But what is the price of somebody able to go out and have a cup of coffee at the cafe, to go to a game, to get out and have an experience that we take for granted? The exceptional quality of life is what we're talking about. Yes, it may be doing a sports game. It may be going to get ice cream. It's going to Denver. I'm gonna retell those stories, Mike. I'm sorry. Those stories are hilarious. I love that, especially the running down to the airport. How excited are we to travel? Most of us are dreading it. He was ready to go, ready to get in that pool. So even if you've given, it's an okay thing to do, to think about a fun experience that you're going to help them to enhance their lives. Who can do $100? Raise your number up. Number 113. Number 293. Number 294. Number 186. Number 114. Number 383. I think I got 293, but make sure 293 only gets hit once. 373. 375. 383. I got you. I will hit you again. At $100, we don't give that back. 170, 172, 165, 181, 211, 252, 360, 348, 138, 135, 141, 140, 381. Give yourselves all a huge round of applause. Woo! We'll get you, let's see where we're at. I know we probably some of slow on some of those numbers because of how quick they went, but let's see where that number is. We put that $73,420, and they're still entering those numbers in. We will come back to those numbers in just a few minutes. But do you realize right there, and they're still going in, you helped raise over $73,000 right then? Yes! Now, we have an auction. Yeah, quiet. That's okay, because we have an auction. Get out your programs. For those of you, let me show my hands. Who's here for the very first time? Raise your hands up. Oh, man, give these people a round of applause. Y'all come back now. Yes. Well, what you saw was a real expression of what people understand Living Well does, by people just raising their hands. Now, I want you to help make some noise. For when people are bidding in this auction, I want lots of clapping and cheering. We're so close to that band, I can feel it. But we have 6 items we need to go through, and they are pretty awesome. The very first one, and I know this group likes it, Napa Wine Country. You have a chance. Great donation from the Napa Valley Wine Train, St. Helena Winery, and some anonymous donors. They put together a package. You go on out to Napa, you get there on your own. We're going to put you on a wine train. We're going to give you an $800 Delta Airlines gift card to pay for some of that airfare. And you're going to get a tasting for 4 people at St. Helena and a magnum of their flagship Cabernet Sauvignon wine. So go to Napa, get on a train. We're going to give you $800 to help you get there on Delta. What a great trip that would be. Who has $2,200 there. 22, what do you go? Who's $1,000 started up right now? We're getting $800 back in Delta. 1,000, now 12 and a half. 12 and a half, now 1,500. 12 and a half, the 15 has been bid. Okay, now this is where y'all should be clapping. 12 and a half, now 1,500. 12 and a half, now 15, what do you go? 1,500. 12 and a half, now 15, what do you go? 1,500. 1,500, yes! And now 16. 16, now 16. 16, now 17. 16, now 1,700. 16, now 17, when you go 17. 16, now 17, when you go 1,700. 16, now 17, when you go 17. Going to sell it real quick. Going once. 17, 18, now 1,900. 18, now 19. 19, now 2,000. Now 2,000, we do 2,000. It's only 2,000, new fire. New fire, new fire, now 21. 2,000, now 21. 2,000, now 21. When you go 21, when you go 21. 21, 21, and now 22. A 21, the 22. A 21, a 2, 2, 2, 21, the 22. Ma'am, it's okay to get back in right now. Go 22. 21, the 22, going once. 22! But that's okay, sir. We got more money. 22, now 23, going once. Going twice. You're going to Napa. Woo! $2,200. Can I see your bid number, please? Thank you, John. Well, Hoffman's 132 of the Hoffman. Thank you, Senators. Go to Napa. All right. I cannot believe that we started off with a skull chant. I'm a huge Vikings fan. We bleed purple in our house. And we have not one, but two amazing Vikings packages. But the first one is against the Arizona Cardinals, and it is for 4 people. Look at that. 4 tickets, December 1st. Well, we say it's a noon start time, but, we can't guarantee that. The NFL has their own mindset, kind of like David does. Okay. It's the Mutual of America and their private suite close to the 50-yard line. Food and beverage services. Bottom line is, the Vikings, everyone was saying, we don't know what they're going to do, and now everybody's saying, oh my gosh, we're going to make the playoffs and more. The Vikings are hot. I'm so excited for my team. Skull. 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 Only in Minnesota. Who start the bidding right there at $1,500? 50. Who is 15, 16, 17? I know $1,800. 17. I know $1,800. 17. No 18. We go to 18. Ma'am, you're out. You got to go $1,800. 17. I know $1,800. 17. No 18. We go 18. 1,800. 17. No 18. We go 18. Sir, at 17. Ma'am, out 18. 17. No 18. We go 18. Wow, that was fast. 18. She says yes. 19 right there. $2,000. Who's next? 19 now 2,000. 2,000. Don't make me say skull at you. 19 now 2,000. We do 2,000. 19 now 2,000. We do 2,000. Going once. Going twice. You're talking. I can see you. Sold at $1,900. Right your way, Chad. Number 275. 275. I was remiss. Now we got some great volunteers on the floor. Chad Lane, auctioneer, and Lake Mame auctioneers from my team are here tonight helping us out. Appreciate that. Now, yeah, they're good. They're good. Are there Bears fans in the room? We will let you bid on this. We charge a premium. But are you a Bears fan because you grew up there? Oh, that's even worse. I love a good rivalry, and one of the best rivalries in football we have is with the Chicago Bears. And this one, folks, is something special. You get 4 tickets to the Vikings versus the Bears. Monday Night Football, December 16th. VIP parking in the Mills Fleet Farm ramp. Folks, these are incredible tickets. You get access to the Polaris Club. We are so grateful for Computer Labs for donating this. There it is, December 16th. Parking, 4 tickets. Who'll start the bidding there? At $1,500. 15 has been bid. No, 1,600. 15, no, 16, 17. I know 1,800. 17, no, 18. We go to 18. 17, 18. Now, where's the applaud for the Bears fans? 18, I know 19, 18, 1,900. I know $2,000. 2,000, now 21. 2,000, now 21. 2,000, now 21. When you go 21, when you go 21. 2,000, now 21. When you go 21, it's your turn. 2,000, now 21. When you go 21. Now 22. I got it. 21, 22. 22, 23. 22 to 23. 22 to 23. It's only money. 22 to 23. But I appreciate your help. 22 to 23. 23 going once, going twice. You got it for $2,200. Show me your number, ma'am. Show me your number, my friend. 2,200. Need to see your number. Need to see a number. There we go. 266, number 266. We only have, oh my gosh, just a couple items left to sell. We have Eric's Ranch, and I really love this ranch. The first time I heard about it a few years ago. What a place. I want to make sure you have all the details in this, folks, because it sleeps 8. You'll go out there, you get a little you have trail rides. You got to go ride a horse. You don't have to. You don't have to ride the horse, but you get 8 horse rides. You get hikes, guided hikes. You got to fly out there. Incredible opportunities for you to hike, to walk, to enjoy the peaceful quiet. But here's the deal. For those of you who are first-timers, Eric's Ranch is special because it's created to give jobs to individuals with autism. And so the staff and the people that work there have autism and create an amazing experience for you. Now, the trail rides are April through October. The stay is good from September to June and must be redeemed by January 1st. Get this, 2027. Okay? You got to book it out. Obviously, you need to make sure there's availability because it is a ranch that people go to. But what a great experience. You have plenty of time to plan it. You can't tell me I can't get it in this year or next year. We're giving you till 2027. January 1st, so all of 25 and all of 26, so 2 years plus a few months to get it booked. And one of the few times I'll say this, but what I love about Living Well, they believe in sharing the love. 20% of the sale price goes back to Eric's Ranch to help support them. So, that's pretty cool. Who'll start the bidding there? At $4,000. $4,000. Who has $2,000 right now? Is it $2,000? $2,000 has been bid. And now 22.5. $2,000 now 22.5. $2,000 now 22.5. We go 22.5. $2,000 now 22.5. We go 22.50. $2,000. How about 2,100? $2,000 now 21. Whoa! You've got 2 years to use this, folks. 2,000 now 21. 2,000 now 21. 21 now 22. A 21 now 22. A 21 now 22. 21 now 22. 22. 22 to 23, a 22 to 23, a 22 to 23, a 23 to 24, a 24 to 25, a 26 to 27. I got 26 to 27. I got, ma'am, you got to go 27. You're out. 26 to 27, 27, 27, 26 to 20. 26 is behind you. In the red, you got to go 27, 27. I have you at 26. I'll be fair with you. Hold on. 26. No, 27. 26 to 27. 27. Going once. Going twice. 27, 28, go 29, 29, and now $3,000. 3,000, now 31, 3,000, 31, now 32, a 31 or 32, 31 or 32. She said yes, I read lips. 31 or 32, a 31 or 32. She said sure. 32, now 33, a 32 now 33, 32 now 33 now 34, a 33 now 34, 4, 33 now 34, 34, 34. I can auction backwards. 33 now 34, 33 now 34, 33 now 34. Going once. Gentleman back there has it. Going twice. Thank you for supporting us. I'm going to sell it unless you want to bid. Sold it for $3,300. Can't see the number. I need to see. I did not see the number. No, 260. Number 260. Thank you. Woo! Now, for those of you who have long-term plans or like to plan long-term, this next package is not for you. For those of us who are ADD and can change on a dime, this is our package. A week from Sunday, September 29th, the Minnesota Twins, thanks to the Minnesota Ballpark Authority, has given us an entire suite to watch the Baltimore Orioles. 32 tickets. I'm not sure I have that many friends who'd want to spend the afternoon with me. $500 in food and credit beverages for the 29th, right around the corner. They are still in the hunt for the wild card. I checked. They're in the hunt for the wild card. They're only a game or two out. This could be the one that does it. Who'll start the bidding there at $2,000? $2,000. Yes, 2,000, now 21. 2,000, now 21. 21, 22, 23, 24, 2,500. Where do you go 25? 20, it's 32 tickets. Go 25. 25, now 26. A 25, now 2,600. A 25, now 26. A 25, now 2,600. 26, come back in at 2,600. A 25, now 26. I'm going to keep this going. We want to get to the party. Going twice. 27. I was going to sell it, but he came in at the end. $3,000. Sir, go 4. How about? Had to try. Anything over 3,000? Thank you. You scared him. You motivated him. We'll get more exceptional services for our exceptional people by selling it to that gentleman there for $3,000. Thank you very much. Show it to me. Show it to me. 150. Thank you very much. Tom, I think we should have 3 more items, and I only have 1. Okay, I love this group. Lake Tahoe. Look at that, folks. A dream come true. Thank you so very much, the PS Foundation. This one sleeps. It's a retreat that sleeps 8, and my notes say 9 if somebody's on the top bunk. I think that's hilarious. That's a short straw. All right? It is incredible. You got place. It's a 2-level home. It's got a chef's kitchen, a living room, a half bath, master suite with a king suite. There's all kinds of things that there's right in the program. I do want to point out that it is not handicap accessible. I got you. I got you. I got you. There's probably some fishing out there. There is a $500 cleaning fee that you will pay on top of what you pay tonight. I want to be clear on that. You do have to pay a $500 don't break things deposit. It's for a week. It is available to use until September 30th, 2025, with dates restricted between July 6th and August 17th. Bottom line is, there are some dates that are used. Don't wait to book. Who will start the bidding there at $5,000? $5,000. Who is $5,000? Now $5,500. 55 and now $6,000. 55 and now 6,000. 6,000 now 65. Where's the applause? 6,000 now 65. 65. 65 and now $7,000. 65 and now 7,000. 7,000 now 75. 7,000 now 75. 75 and now 8,000. 75 and now $8,000. 75 and now 8,000. 8,000 now 85. 8,000 now 85. When you go 85. 8,000 now 85. When you go 85, ma'am. Yes, it's your turn. Thank you. 9. 9.5. I want to get to 10,000 so bad. 9.5. Yes. $10,000. 10.5. 10.5. Tell your friends it was more expensive and charge them. 10.5. Going once. It was exciting. Going twice. Yes. Now 11. 11,000. 11.5. 11.5. 11.5. Yes, please. Yes. $12,000. 12.5. Would you please applaud for these people? 12 and a half. 12 and a half. 12 and a half. I appreciate your help, though. I really do. I'm going to sell it for $12,000 to number 264. Woo! I think we need to bring some people up on stage. Come on up here. Auction's over with. We're going to get a total up here in a second. Mike, Tina, Kevin, get up here. Wow.
Nice job.
Look at that right there. And that's not the end. That's not the end.
That's not bad. Good job, Doug.
All right. We're about to wrap this up.
That David story.
We're going to get to the party.
That was unbelievable.
Wow, that was exciting. Is that amazing? Yeah, there you go. High five me right here. There you go. All right.
Kurt, thank you so much. What an incredible night. I mean, we don't have all the numbers in yet. They'll be adding it up. We'll hopefully know before everybody goes. But I got to say, we've never seen this level of auction or fund in need. Thank you for showing up tonight. Before we're done, we have to thank our sponsors, Pate Bonding, Mike and Tina Douglas, Geratom Medical, Galen and Karen Pate, Bituminous, Forever Pets, Horton Holdings, and the R&M Clark Family Foundation. Thank you so much.
Again, I would like to say thank you to Living Well's founding families for dreaming.
No, go ahead. You got the rest of it.
Oh, okay. Thank you to our supporters, long-term and new, for showing up with the much-needed funds that help keep our mission strong for our people supported.
Also, thank you to our volunteers, our partners, and every one of you in attendance tonight for seeing what we do and fully understanding that disability is diversity. And the biggest thanks to our staff, for whom without there would be no Living Well. We raise money for the mission, for the people served, and for our staff to be able to care for others without worry and with complete confidence and support.
Mike and I were so honored to be co-chairs this year, and we are delighted to pass the torch to the next year's co-chairs, Jessica McCullough, Marissa Pate.
All right.
They are the next generation of advocates, and we've known them for years. Jessie, since she was born, and of course Marissa, since she married Zach. Thank God. The dedication they have already shown is incredible, and we are thrilled to see where they will take us in the future, and we're so grateful.
Out of nowhere.
Jess and I just want to pass along a really big thanks to Mike and Tina. They've been great mentors for us, and we are so excited to take over next year and have the best gala yet.
My grandparents, Karen and Galen Pate, helped start Living Well over 50 years ago, and I've grown up watching them and my parents advocate for people with disabilities. Marissa and I are super excited to follow in their footsteps. Big shoes to fill, but I think we can do it and have a great gala next year. Thank you.
All right, I'm the last speaker. This is the last sentence, I promise, then we're out of here. We're still counting, we're still going, but we're coming up on 3:50, folks, so please get yourself some drinks and keep it going. Thank you again. A lot of fun. We'll have dessert, coffee, and music. Please join us outside. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Good job.